Final year students, today I am dealing with the chemotherapy topic, and I think this is the second topic to complete during this pandemic situation, that too on online through YouTube. So I request all of you, let us collect the information whatever I am giving and note the points as far as possible, or else you have to go through certain books and collect the information and be prepared for the next coming 6 7. Now the topic already you are knowing, that chemotherapy. So this consisting of definition, ideal drug definition, classification, and some of the important synthesis and applications of these. So as the chemotherapeutic agent or a drug is a chemical substance, it is a chemical substance used to cure the diseases caused by either microorganism or by some other reason to the human body. And these chemotherapeutic agent or drug are basically classified into two types. One is symptomatic and another is non-symptomatic. And the classification mainly consisting the symptomatic drugs and chemotherapeutic agent. Okay, so symptomatic drugs, these are the drugs used particularly when a particular kind of impact was made on the body. For example, we have certain symptoms, that is, if the body is paining, then the drug used is analgesic, or body temperature analgesic as well as antipyretic. Then antihistamines, these are the drugs used for specific conditions, particularly for controlling the body affected either by cold, cough, asthma, etc. Then anesthetics, these are the drugs produced soothing effect to the body, that is, there are anesthetic agents you may be knowing, local anesthetic and general anesthetic. Okay, then antiseptic drugs, these are the drugs which are used particularly at the time of cuts and wounds happen to human body. The best example is Dettol is used as a anesthetic material to cure it. Then chemotherapeutic agent, these act upon a particular site of the diseases. For example, antibacterials. So these are the drugs which used to cure upon the bacterial affected part of the body. So they are called as antibacterial. Antiviral drugs. So these are the drugs which are used to kill the virus infection caused in a human body. Then anti-malarial drugs, these act upon the site of affected malarial parasites. That means when the female mosquito bites the human body, then what happens? The malaria spreads. So the drugs which used to cure it is called as anti-malarial drugs. Then antibiotics, these are the drugs generally used to kill the microorganisms which are affected in the human body, and the antibiotic is also a microorganism which will kill the affected microorganism or digest it and make the body free from the microorganisms affecting inside the body cell. Then as far as your syllabus is concerned, we have totally five types of drugs. Antipyretics, which relieves body temperature or body pain. Analgesic, also same thing. Here antipyretic, we are having the example of antipyretic and paracetamol. And anesthetics, Novalgin and sodium pentothal. Antihistamines, PCM, that is chlorophenramine malate. Antimalarials, polidrine and chloroquine. And antibiotics, chloromycin, penicillin and tetracycline. So these are the classification. Remember, in examination sometimes the examiner is very cute to ask such question. What define the drug, give the classification with example. So these two classifications are very essential, noted. Some other classification is also there. So generally when we talk about the chemotherapy is particularly used for curing the cancer. So there are some chemical substances which are used to treat them. Okay, so this is a peculiar question. The another question that generally we expect on this topic is for 2 marks. Define an ideal drug. Define an ideal drug, or what are the requirement of an ideal drug? The definition is very simple. According to the Indian pharmacology, an ideal drug is one which acts upon the specific area where the affected cells are there, and it should be 100% pure, and it should act on that site where the particular disease is caused and kills it and cures it. And the third one is it should not have any side effect. So these are the certain conditions led by the pharmacology of India or a pharmacology of entire world, that the drug should be 100% pure first. Second one, it should act on that site where the disease is caused, but it should not affect the rest part of the body. Okay, and a very minimum quantity, that is usually 0.1 or 0.2 milligram or gram of substance, a small quantity is required to cure the diseases. But in nature there is no such ideal drug is available, but I don't know, in future it may be exist. But my intention is that is every drug has got some side effect, and not only it will kill the affected part, and sometimes it may affect the most you can say useful part of the body. Therefore, in reality speaking, there is no ideal drug, but the conditions are laid by the Indian government to say that this is a situation for an ideal drug. Okay, now keeping all this in mind, what we made last time is this one, antipyretic. So antipyretic drug, these are used to lower the body temperature. Whenever the fever is there, antipyretics are generally used. And I have mentioned the 3 important examples. One is paracetamol, another is phenacetin and antipyrine. Okay, so paracetamol and antipyrine are the 2 important antipyretics mentioned for your syllabus for their application and synthesis. So in examination, the examiner may ask you this question: what are antipyretics? Antipyretics, give an example. Antipyretics are the substances which reduces body temperature. Example, paracetamol. So paracetamol is an aromatic compound containing benzene with NHCOCH3 and OH. It's the phenolic compound. Okay, so Paracetamol is also known as para-acetyl para-aminophenol, right? So how it is synthesized? Synthesis is very simple. Start with the para-nitrophenol, subject it for reduction. On reduction, the NO2 group will become NH2, and this on acetylation. Acetylation means treat with acetic anhydride in presence of sodium acetate, use paracetamol, and this is sold in a different trade name by different companies. Now we have discussed last time regarding antipyrine. So the structure of antipyrine is known to you. There is a 5-membered 2 nitrogen containing heterocyclic compound, that is a pyrazole with the benzene ring and 2 CH3 group. Okay, so this is 2,3-dimethyl 1-phenyl 5-pyrazoloine. Okay, this is prepared by starting with the EAA, ethyl acetoacetate, and phenyl hydrazine NH2 C6H5, whereby condensed product subjected for methylation, you will get your antipyrine. Okay, so please note this reaction is very important as far as your examination point of view concerned. Please practice it. Then now we have the another type of compound, antihistamines. So histamine, there is a molecule of histamine is there. It is again a NN 5-member ring system having CH2 NH2 at a third position with respect to the 1 nitrogen. Okay, so histamines is one of the essential material present in a normal body, which is a storage material. Okay, antihistamines are the remedial substances which will control allergic conditions in a human body. For example, some people are having nasal discharge, continuous nasal discharge, then mild asthma and heavy fever. So these are the symptoms of a patient who are in the need of antihistamine drugs. Okay, so here the best example is chlorpheniramine malate, that is called as CPM, not physics, chemistry, physics, maths. It is chlorpheniramine malate. So the structure of this is a little bit big. I don't want to go opaque naming of this compound. So starting with this compound, what is the starting material is para-chlorophenyl acetonitrile condensing with 2-bromopyridine. Okay, 2-bromopyridine, that leads into this structure, and this structure, that is a cyano compound, on treating with NN-dimethyl chloroethane, results into the formation of this product. This product containing the cyano group is to be removed just by doing the hydrolysis and decarboxylation. When you hydrolyze the C triple bond N cyano group, it will become COOH. When you decarboxylate, it removes CO2 and you will get the CH. Okay, so that is why I have removed the CN and put the H. Don't get confused at that side, right? Okay, then now this product is subjected for treating with maleic acid, CH double bond CH containing COH. So this is maleic acid. When it's treated, then there is a formation of the malate of chlorpheniramine. Okay, so this is your CPM. So this discussion I have made last time, but remember, it is a very essential. Sometimes they may ask for 5 marks question. Give synthesis of CPM. Okay, then please write the 5-step reaction and get the full marks. Okay, then if a person is using this CPM tablet, is facing drowsiness, means just sleeping. So a person who is taken such CPM tablet are not advised to drive a vehicle or not advised to work in a machineries, right? Now with this, I think last time I have discussed anesthetic. So as already you know, anesthetics are the substances which induce the sleeping mode in the nervous system. That means it gives a relief to the nervous system. Okay, so there are two different types of anesthetics. One is local and another is general. So local anesthetic, which is used for particularly at the time of some operation in the body, the anesthetic doctor will come and make an injection so that that particular part of the body will become non-active. The nervous system for that will be almost it is in a not normal condition. It is out of a normal condition. That I want to say that it is almost like a dead material. But the supply of oxygen, supply of blood, everything is there. But it is not giving any sensation to the body. So using this local anesthetic, the operations in the human body can be done. Okay, so the first Novocaine is the local anesthetic prepared. Okay, so this is a structure having a benzene with NH2COO, CH2, N, C2H5, C2H5. That is a para-amino NN dimethylamine ethyl benzoate. Okay, so this can be prepared in a simple way. So by treating diethylamine with chloroethane hydrine, that is OH and Cl both are present in CH2. There is a one chloro ethanol, and the contents product will allow to react with paranitro benzyl chloride and subject it for reduction to get the Novocaine. So this is a 5 marks question. Sometimes they may ask you, write the structure of Novocaine and its use. So in that case, only how to write the structure and its use is local anesthetic agent. Okay, alternate method I have suggested, starting with para-amino ethyl chlorobenzoate, followed by the treatment with NN diethylamine, where you will get this Novocaine. Okay, now this is the first one, and the second one is general. That is anesthetic agent, sodium pentothal or pentothal sodium. Okay, it is a containing 1 to 6 membered ring with a lot of functional groups. I don't want to name according to the UPAC system. So your duty is you just practice it once or twice writing the structure. Okay, and for the synthesis part, we start with an active methylene compound diethylmalonate. First treat with sodium, the H is replaced, sodium iodide actually. So H is replaced and treat with C2H5Br, NaBr will be replaced and C2H5 get attached to this carbon. Okay, this on again further treating with Na, you will get the sodium. The second hydrogen is also replaced and you will get sodium salt of the diethyl malonate. Then this diethyl malonate is now allowed to react with 2-bromo-chloropropane pentane, then whereby this product forms. That is the Br and Na will be replaced and CH, CH3, CH2, CH2, CH3 and carbon with C2H5, COO, C2H5, COH5. It is now allowed to react with thiourea, S double bond C NH2 H2. Okay, this thiourea. Urea means instead of S there is a O, oxygen. Okay, so when it is condensed with thiourea, you will get the intermediate product, and that intermediate product is allowed to react with NaOH, that is alkaline condition, that will produce your product. Right? So all these things you have learnt in the last class. Now today I want to go a little bit slow in this particular section. Antibiotics. So what are the antibiotics? Antibiotics, these are the chemical substance produced by living organism or derived from them, which are capable of killing or suppressing the growth and multiplication of microorganisms in the body. Okay, so in simple we can remember, antibiotics are the chemical substances isolated from the nature. When they are made to enter into the body, the function of the antibiotic material is to kill the microorganisms which are affected inside the body and whereby give relief to the body system. Okay, so there are so many microorganisms which are generally affecting the human body system. They can be cured by using the antibiotics. Okay, the first and foremost antibiotics discovered by Alexander Fleming in 1929 is penicillin. Okay, so it is an accidental discovery by Alexander Fleming in 1929 that he is observing the growth of certain white part on the Penicillium actum, a plant on which the growth was observed by Fleming, and later on he analyzed it and found that it is a penicillin. And this was a penicillin which, isolated I think nearly in 1961, was considered to be one of the best material during 1961, that is the Second World War. Okay, so the first generation of antibiotic was discovered in that time, and since then there are so many series of antibiotics were discovered. But nowadays what happens, almost 40-50 years we are using the antibiotics. So overuse of the antibiotics in the human body, that makes no effect. That I want to say that if our body is regularly using from the birth of a child to its development stage, the mother is giving with antibiotics and the child is also giving with antibiotics. So there is a situation, most of the antibiotics are nowadays useless. They are not showing any effect on the human body if you take 2 times or 3 times, 4 times in a day. That is due to the excessive use of penicillin. So that is why the requirement is modification of penicillin. So I have given one simple example for this penicillin. You can see RNH, a beta-lactam structure. There is a carbonyl group of 4 member ring, N, S, CH3, CH3, COH. If you put R is equal to H, so it has become NH2, 6-amino penicillinic acid. If you write R is equal to PHOCH2 CONH, that is a phenoxyethylene amide, then it is called as penicillin. Okay, so these penicillin play a vital role or important role in our day-to-day life, but due to excessive use, if anything is used in excess, it is a little become useless. Sometimes it become poisonous also. Therefore, please remember that penicillin was the first material which will kill the microorganisms affected in our human body. Now, let me go for the synthesis of penicillin. In the first step, you start with phthalimide, treat with base like KOH and treat with that is butyl chlorostate. Okay, then that what happened, NH group of phthalimide is H is replaced by Cl as HCl and CH2 COOBU, that is a butyl group. It is now allowed to react with ethyl formate and sodamide. So due to this reaction, the CH2 group will get converted into CHO aldehyde. Okay, so tertiary butyl thalamide malonyl aldehyde is formed. Okay, so this is I have written as A. So this is now used in the second step. Just let us see here. Okay, in the next step, or actually 3 steps, but I have made it only 2 steps reaction. Okay, in the second step, what happened? The product A is allowed to react with 2-methyl, 2-mercapto, 3-amino butanic acid. You may ask, what is mercapto? Mercapto means SH group, thio group. So you can see here CH3, CH3, SH is a thio group, and that C is linked again CH, COH, NH2. That is 2 position there is a methyl group, and on the same carbon 2 position there is a mercapto thio group, followed by on the third carbon atom amino group. Okay, so this is allowed to react to treat with A structure. I don't want to name that big structure. Okay, so even in the examination also you don't worry about the naming all the product, but one thing is you have to write the structures of the material which are used correctly, so that definitely if I am with the examiner, I don't want to read out all the sentence, only I want to see these structures. If you know the exact structure of penicillin, then definitely you will give the preparation. Okay, then now you will get a big molecule, and this big molecule is now subjected to a treatment with hydrazine followed by acid. So a COH, C6H5 or C6H4 COH, that is phthalic acid, is eliminated. Just I have shown here. Okay, then this phthalic acid eliminated, and you will get the HCl as N plus H3Cl minus with the rest of the functional group. Okay, so the remole of the thalamide group takes place. Okay, then whatever the compound so far formed is allowed to react with PHO, then C6H5O, CH2COCl in C2H5 thrice N, that is a trimethylamine. There is an elimination of HCl, so the trimethylamine is a solvent where the reaction can take place, and you will get PHOCH2CO attached to the NH. Then the rest of the ring, I don't want to go with all these things, but only just you have to look it, or you have to practice as it is without any change. Okay, so when you treat with a dry HCl in CH2Cl dichloromethane, so there is a elimination of that is a Bu as BuOH, and you will get PHOCH2CO NHCHCOOH. You can see here that is a butyl group will be replaced, and you will get COH. Now the rest of the ring is as it is. Now the thing is, in the last step, there is the elimination of water molecule from COH group and H of the nitrogen, and cyclization occurs, and you will get a penicillin structure. So this is your penicillin as far as your syllabus is concerned. So sometimes they may ask for you give the synthesis of penicillin, but it is a little bit tough structure, but anyhow you have to practice it twice or thrice. Definitely you can remember. Probably the best question I think they may ask is, write the structure of a penicillin and its use. So you write this penicillin and write the use. It is used in the treatment of killing microorganism affected in the human body, right? Then next, in the next slide, we will go for the another compound, chloromycin. So I think once this question was asked, give the synthesis of chloromycin. What is chloromycin? You know, NO2, C6H5, CHOH, C6H4, CHOH, CH, NH, CO, CH, Cl2 and CH2OH, a big huge molecule. Okay, so it can be prepared by using this simple reaction. You can start with paranitro acetophenone, COCH3. Subject it for bromination. The CH2 is replaced as HCl and Br will get attacked. Subject it for aminolysis, that is CH2 6 times En4. Okay, CH2 6 times hexa 6 carbon hexane with 4 nitrogen, that is a tetraamino hexane, a cyclic product. Okay, that is used for aminolysis. Followed it by treatment with HCl or H2SO4. So here what happens is that CH2 Br will be converted into CH2NH2, and this compound is subjected for acetylation. So when you subject it for acetylation, you will get NO2 and that CH2NH2 will become an COCH3, amino group containing COCH3. Okay, and thus it is subjected for reaction with formaldehyde and sodium carbonate in aqueous condition. So CONH, COCH3, and that CH2 group will be converted into, that is an alcoholic group, CH2OH. Then this product is subjected for reduction using a specific reducing agent, that is aluminum isopropane propoxide. Okay, that is CH3 twice CHO thrice bracket Al. So when you do so, that is NHCOCH3 group and CH2OH, the CHOH group will be oxidized to carbonyl group. Okay, so that is the reaction takes place, and it is subjected for acid hydrolysis to give this product. Acid hydrolyzed product is treated with a dichloroacetic acid, and finally you will get. Okay, so dear friends, this question is asked only once, but I don't think this type of a huge synthetic method for 5 marks is sufficient. It is probably more than 5 marks, but anyhow you have to repeatedly rewrite these equations and try at home. So this is chloromycin is used for the treatment of typhoid. It kills the microorganism by blocking protein synthesis. One thing you notice, whatever we had making discussion is connected with your corona. So during the corona, these penicillin also used along with the radioiser or some other material, because without antibiotics, most of the time the intestinal microorganism affected part is not cured. Therefore antibiotics are essential for curing our most of the diseases. Okay, now another example, that is a tetracycline. So tetracycline means tetra itself indicates 4 cyclic ring structure containing in antibiotic moiety. Okay, and they are more effective in biological activity. For example, that is areomycin, AUREOMycin, areo or areomycin. So it is a 4-member ring structure containing OH on first benzene ring, second is OHCH3 C double bond O, third one is benzene with OH group, and the fourth one is OH C double bond O CO NH2 OH CH3 N CH3. Okay, so synthesis of this compound is not for your syllabus. Only sometime they may ask write an example for tetracycline, or they may ask directly write the structure of aromycin and its use. Aromycin structure, you can see it, and it is used for the treatment of again typhoid fever. Okay, then the last one is terramycin. Terramycin is again a four membered ring structure and is also used for treating trachoma in a patient. Right? Now the last part of this topic is parapharmaceutical reagents. Most of the organic compounds or substances used in the pharmacology, particularly the checking of urine or blood group, blood sugar, etc. Certain chemical substances are used, and these substances are called as a pharmacological reagents, and these have got lot of applications in pharma industry. So as per your syllabus, what they have mentioned is one is Buford reagent, another is Benedict reagent as far as your syllabus concerned. Okay, so we will discuss sometime in examination. Write a note on parapharmaceutical reagent. 5 marks question is there. So first give the simple definition. Most of the organic substance used in the medicine for the treatment in a particularly blood sugar, blood group, serum, etc., serum test, etc. So these chemical substances are called as parapharmaceutical reagent, and these have got lot of application in pharma industry. Okay, the first one is Benedict reagent. What is this Benedict reagent? It is a chemical reagent and a complex material containing a mixture of a sodium carbonate, sodium citrate, and copper 2, that is a copper 2 ion, sulfate pentahydrate. It is often used to detect the presence of reducing sugar. The presence of other reducing substances also gives a positive result. Okay, so Benedict reagent is generally used to test the sugar content or sugar present in urine or blood. Okay, so particularly while testing urine, this is used. So how to prepare this mixture of a Benedict reagent? Okay, it is prepared by mixing 17.3 gram of copper sulfate pentahydrate, that is CuSO4 5H2, and 100 grams of sodium carbonate and 173 grams of sodium citrate in almost 1 liter of distilled water, and stirred it well and used. So here the copper 2 sulfate act as a source for oxidation of Cu+2 ion, and a sodium carbonate provides the alkaline medium, and this sodium citrate forms complex with Cu+2 ion, and distilled water is used as a solvent. So in simply, in one word or in one sentence, you can say Benedict reagents consisting of a mixture of copper sulfate pentahydrate 17.3 gram and 100 grams of sodium carbonate and 173 grams of a sodium citrate. Okay, so this mixture is called as a Benedict reagent, which is prepared in dilute water. Then how to go for this Benedict test? Okay, even you can do this test in a home also. You can just take the Benedict reagent from the pharmaceutical shop, and you can see 1 milliliter of analyte sample must be mixed with 2 milliliter of Benedict reagent and heated in a bath of boiling water for 3 to 5 minutes, and observed the formation of a brick red color. of cuprous oxide confirm the presence of reducing sugar in the analyte. Okay, so I have used the word analyte. So analyte means you can use 2 to 3 or 1 to 2 ml of urine which contains the sugar, right? Then mix with Benedict reagent. It may be nearly 1 to 2 ml and in a test tube, and go for heating for 5 minutes. After heating for 5 minutes, what would be the change in the color you have to observe? If it turns into a brick red color, it is a high percentage of sugar present in urine. That detection will be there. So you can see all these in the next slide. Okay, so what happened? The RCHO, so you may generally say it as an aldehyde group present in aldose. So all sugars, glucose, fructose or galactose, at its one end they contain aldehyde group that is called aldose. When treated with a Benedict reagent, what is a Benedict reagent? Cu citrate. So when it is treated, that is the aldehyde will get converted into acid, RCOO, and Cu citrate will get converted into Cu2O, that is a brick red coloration. So on this reaction itself, you can understand very easily what is exactly this Benedict reagent test is. Suppose in urine, a sugar means it may be glucose, fructose, okay, is there. So which is having an aldehydic part. Aldehyde part of the glucose which is present in urine when treated with your Cu nitrate and heated for 5 minutes, so that aldehyde group will be converted into acid, okay, and the copper will reduce to cupric oxide, Cu2O, which is a brick red in color, right? So you can interpret the results like this. If the green color is there, yellow color is there, orange is there, or red is there, so what is the level of sugar? Okay, so you can see if there is no sugar, whatever the copper sulfate color, it's a blue, it remains as it is. Okay, just you can see. If the color after heating for 5 minutes changes to green, that indicates there is a 0.5% of sugar level, a slow sugar present, slow amount of sugar, small amount of sugar is present in the body. If after heating after 5 minutes it turns to yellow, that means almost 1% of sugar level is present in the urine. If it turns to orange, it is 1.5%. If it turns to red, it is a high level of sugar, that is that 1 ml or 2 ml of the sugar is containing 2% of sugar that detects that sugar is present in a human body. So this is a chart I have just mentioned here, and the color is also there. So even you can do this test at home by using the Benedict reagent which is available, and in a test tube you just place the urine of the patient and add few drops and heat it. So the different possible colors you can expect. If there is no sugar, it will be as it is. If there is a small change in the sugar content, then the situation is different. Okay, so like this, the impact of all these you can see or view. So my point of the discussion here is, let us say that parapharmaceutical reagent are the chemical substances, particularly organic or inorganic chemical substances, which are used in pharmaceutical industry for testing purpose, are called as parapharmaceutical reagent, and for that the Benedict reagent is 1. So Benedict reagent is used testing particularly the sugar present. So it is doing its duty, just oxidizing the aldehyde group to acid group, and where Cu will be get converted into Cu2O, this cupric oxide, which is red in color, right? Then now we move on to the next, buffered reagent. Okay, so what is this buffered reagent? It is also used to identify the monosaccharide, that means the carbohydrate like glucose, fructose, galactose present in the fluid material like urine, blood, serum, etc. Okay, even the blood sugar can be detected by this. Okay, so it is prepared, means buffered reagent can be prepared by dissolving 13.3 gram of crystalline copper acetate and 1.2 gram of galactic acid in about 200 ml of distilled water. So if you do it so, then the reagent is ready, that is called Buffered reagent. So how to test this? The test is very simple. 1 ml of urine is treated with few drops of Buffered reagent and boil it for only 30 seconds or even less than 30 seconds, not more than 30 seconds. Okay, so if it is heated only for 30 seconds, immediately turns into red PPT, indicating the presence of monosaccharide. It may be glucose, galactose or maltose, right? If the time exceeds more than 30 seconds, then non-sugar also produce the red PPT. Therefore, in such case, this test will not be happy for you. Okay, therefore, so this test is carried out by heating only 30 seconds, not more than just you put the reagent and plus urine and hold on burner for only 30 seconds. So whereby RCHO, aldehyde group present in the carbohydrate will get converted into acid RCOH and Cu2O, cupric oxide. Okay, so this Cu2O is a red precipitate. Okay, so this is another testing material Buffered reagent used to detect the carbohydrate present in blood, urine or serum, etc. The question is very simple. You are not supposed to heat more than 30 seconds. If you do so, then the other materials present, they may produce the red color and your result is not accurate. Okay, then this test is also a little bit dangerous. If some chloride interfering material will be there, then the formation of red color is also a little bit complicated. Therefore, this test is done very carefully, just by heating below 30 seconds, then and then only you can confirm. Otherwise, this test is no use. This test is similar to the Fehling's test solution for testing aldehydes and ketones in carbohydrate molecule. Okay, now with this all, let me complete this topic, that is chemotherapy. Okay, so in this chemotherapy there are 8 synthetic reactions, synthesis are there. So please practice all of them. And my request is, I have shown particularly today the video is little bit slow, because at least you can note down the reactions if possible, or else if you need all these points in the form of whatever the slides I have shown, I can download it to your WhatsApp group and you can have it. Better, my point is, note all the reactions correctly. So if you have the notes with you, then I think you are very lucky to complete your portion. Otherwise, if you are not having notes, 11th hour, if you are trying to get the notes, it is very difficult. So I think you are final students, you are not supposed to tell more things about all these things. and I suggest please go through all the classes videos carefully, and wherever there are some videos, if you are not finding it correctly, you ask the concerned teacher, sir, please send these videos through WhatsApp. We will definitely send you. So with the name of the teacher of concerned staff, you just tell them, sir, I have not understood the things, or if the videos are that whatever the PPT presentation or represented by handwritten material is not clearly visible, so ask us without any hesitation. Okay, so with this, the second topic is over, chemotherapy is over. Only one topic is left, that is rearrangement reaction, that we will discuss next week. And I don't surely say that this whatever the 7th June be the end for corona, for whatever the lockdown is there. Sometime I think it may extend 1 more week or 2 more weeks. So during that period, I want to complete that remaining one topic. So almost more than 60% portion I have taken completed of mine, and only one topic is left, and that the reaction mechanism. That topic is very easy. There are 4 name reactions. Out of 4 name reactions, 2 reactions are compulsory. One is 5 marks, another is 2 marks. That's definitely questions are there on that. So that we will discuss next time. So before I end, I used to say the same words: keep fit, use mask, okay, and stay at home, and as far as possible, not to leave the home. Okay, sanitization is compulsory for you. So with these few words, so let me complete this topic saying thank you.